Could I fear for Bob Toss?
Yeah, no, I mean, Bob Toss, I mean, it's a difficult fight to be in, but we'll see what happens. I would expect the two spinners to go after each other. So Digestive seems to be having some issues spinning up at the moment.
Digestive really not up to full blast there. Maybe that's a concerted effort to not lose control.
Yeah. We can see the mini bot beating the devil out of Aquaholic, and I think it has lost something there, but it's still functioning.
It was hard to see which one lost the shrapnel, but it was definitely Aquaholic doing the damage.
Yeah, Bob Toss getting a lift on Digestive recovering. Aquaholic looking very stable, moving around and taking a wheel off of Digestive.
Well, Aquaholic, that weapon is so fast you can't even see it spinning. It's very deceptive.
Yeah, it's quiet, it's deadly, but it is doing stuff. And Digestive, I think in trying to push Aquaholic down the pit, has knocked itself out.
That was such a sad sight because one wheel was on the edge. It almost looked like they could get themselves out, but not quite. Yeah. And look at Bob Toss, the mini-bot, flipping the paintbrush, trying to do some damage to Aquaholic.
Yeah, so, I mean, it looks like part of Aquaholic has gotten into Bob Toss. Damage on one of the wheels, but they are still functioning. More damage to the mini-bots.
And more importantly, Aquaholic's actually struggling to push them around. So they do have some pushing power in this fight.
They have, but Aquaholic also has two wheels that are attached to the robot. However, one of those wheels of Bob Toss seems to be in the weapon mech of Aquaholic, disabling the weapon.
So we're definitely getting the damage done. Aquaholic definitely leading that bracket, but we have 30 seconds left to go, and Bob Toss is somehow manoeuvring himself over to Aquaholic.
Yeah, they're both sort of limping at this stage. Aquaholic does still have mobility, but I don't know if it has the pushing power. Certainly against the mini-bot, and getting that in the pit will score good points for the judges.
So there goes Bob Toss's paints. He is now out of action in terms of the paintbrushes, and this has been quite a slow sight. Can Aquaholic finish the fight with all robots in the pits?
Yeah, I mean, Bob Toss sort of living up to the image of the broke artist, but is still moving, still working.
Let's see if that lasts as we now get the fight underway, and the paintbrush is in the outer zone.
Yeah, so already the mini-bot is dead. Paradigm spinning up. Is it moving?
It's not moving, it's very stationary. In fact, that is not moving at all.
Oh, there we go, we got some movement now. And we got something going fire in there.
So welcome to the circus, as I've lovingly called the arena. That is flying all over the place. Bob Toss has lost a wheel just by itself. Paradigm Spin has done more damage to itself than anyone else.
Yeah, it does. We can see here, I think Paradigm Spin is still carrying some damage from its first match. It's not fully mobile, but then again, neither is Bob Toss.
So they are seesawing next to each other. Bob Toss trying to make his way over to Paradigm Spin. Kind of being more of the aggressor in this fight, I'd have to say, because Paradigm Spin is just very stationary.
Yeah, well again, it has magnets underneath which help with drive, but it also prevents you from being able to do what we call crab walking, where you basically move in one direction, like what Bob Toss is doing right now.
And we've only just entered the second half of this fight. Already clutter all over the place. The mini-bot unlovingly dumped in the corner. Bob Toss is very close to the pit, but there's nothing Paradigm Spin can do to get close to the button.
Yeah, so this is, again, it's landing hits. This is very much I mean, if the fight goes to the judges at this stage, I don't know who to call it for, but I don't think either robot, they'll want to do something. We can see Paradigm Spin making moves towards the pits.
The damage is kind of there for Paradigm Spin, but the aggression is more been a consequence of Bob Toss actually being aggressive, making the way over the Paradigm Spin in this fight. Look at Paradigm Spin, it's just stationary.
It's on the verge. We can see the referee is fuming at this.
Well, no, not the referee. David is actually competing because the referee was counting down Paradigm Spin. It got so close, and then Paradigm Spin got traction.
Very close.
Oh my God, Bob Toss has hit the button. Paradigm Spin is done.
Paradigm Spin survive. Can our pit survive?
And it's in the pit. Wait, I don't know what happens. The pit wasn't fully lowered. Does that count? I'm really not sure. Let's see how Bob Toss can survive this fight, and immediately out of the gates Antithesis is quicker, but look at the traction wars going on between the two robots as they push into each other.
Antithesis just isn't having the reach right now, and there's a devastating blow from the paintbrush.
Not through the face of Bob Toss, the piercing arm clamping down, and it seems to be missing. The actual point of the weapon is missing, and found the gap between Bob Toss.
That will have been bending the wedge, however. Will the forks sit quite as flat as they did? Who knows?
And oh no, Bob Toss, you're painting canvas.
Descended.
The paintbrush is about to go down the pits. No!
I don't know where to look. Do I look at the mini-bot or do I look at that arm being driven into Bob Toss?
All I can see is a lowering paintbrush, and then we come back to the fight, and Bob Toss, there is a pierce maneuver going on, and we have seen it in the past. Has Antithesis got stuck on Bob Toss?
Only allowed to grab for a certain amount of time.
Antithesis. So this is what we mean. It is not just a judge's decision.
Go directly to the judges. And they will be taking into account the fact that Antithesis did cause it.
So we have 1 minute of this fight left to go, the second half of the fight. Can Bob Toss make a showing as the pit is still down, and Antithesis again, Bob Toss ever closer, and out, unfortunately, is Bob Toss.
So immediately all of the robots going into the middle, Babro trying to get underneath Siren, as we can see Bob Toss is trying to compete as well. Fatal Deviation is driving around in a circle at the moment. Siren and Beat the Devil are fighting each other.
Why is there a little hat in there?
I don't know. I believe it was some kind of a sort of a ceremonial thing. We can see here Babro getting a lift on Siren, trying to go for the suplex, failing as Bob Toss goes against Fatal Deviation. Some really hectic action here, all driving around each other. Siren going for a push, sort of misses Fatal Deviation, pushing fast as well, also sort of missing. Great lift from Siren and Fatal Deviation, but Babro's trying to suplex both of them. Cannot suplex both of them, unfortunately. You can see as well Bob Toss doing some infighting with its own mini-bot as Siren
I'll
punches
cover this.
Babro.
I'll cover this actually. Yeah. We've got Siren with a great attack on Babro. Babro got the defense now.
Yeah. Well, I think it was more of a tactical retreat, but we can see oh no!
Oh, that deserves a boo. Babro chucking Bob Ross into the pit.
Well, hold on. I think that can be counted as points. I think that can be counted as points, although I'm not even sure if I pushed in myself.
You definitely grabbed Bob Ross.
Going on against Siren, but Babro with its incredible drive system is keeping it at bay. Another great lift here, potentially. No real suplexes from either one. Fatal Deviation getting a lift here. Can Babro finally get a suplex?
Well, can Babro get 2 for 1?
Hey,
as it does.
It did indeed.
That is a double suplex.
Babro, oh, no fun at all. Just throwing everyone else in the pit.
Go on, Owen. Clean it up.
Absolutely.
Clean it up. Come on.
Fatal Deviation trying to get back on its
Go
wheels.
On. Suplex him
Oh! And there we go.
You absolute show-off.
Masterful from Babro. Wait, there's one more. There's one more. The fight's technically not over.
You've got 10 seconds. 10 seconds left. Can he do it? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Not going to be boring.
4.
Woo!
There we go. That was quite an ego trip.